got here, so I was in a hole. But I'm not gonna stay in a hole when you locked up 23 hours a day. You can't get no radio, can't have no TV, can't have no fan, can't have no hot pot, can't get no taxes, you only can spend a little money on canteen, can't really get canteen. Well, I want to torture my motherfucking self every day, folks, which I had nothing to prove. And you want to be this big bad motherfucker pound on your chest? One of your homeboys on the same yard. At the same time, he had to get lifted in a helicopter. He got stabbed too many times. He damn near died. Still ain't the same. But not here or there pointing the finger at motherfuckers. I think the most important thing that we all need to understand is that if you got a platform to speak on something, either we can do some good and help each other, or we can keep the motherfucking bottom of the barrel. I came from where it started from day one, where it was hard to be in this industry. Well, to the point where I'm the first one told people about your masters. When I was telling people about my masters, they said, what is that? I ain't no slave. People didn't even know what it was to own your masters, so I made sure I owned my masters. At the same time, when I got in this business, rap music, hip-hop, whatever you want to call it, was getting 5% radio play. If they got 10%, they was popping champagne bottles. They said that would happen. I went from 95% of my stuff on the radio, either on Death Row or somebody I was managing, to 97% on the radio with my shit. So that's history. At the same time, Dave, these do motherfuckers some bad motherfuckers, and I appreciate them.
You know, like we've been talking about, this podcast business is going crazy. Podcast is like the next form of media that's going to take over. And so as you know, a couple years ago, I decided to create Breakbeat as the first hip hop podcast network.
I don't like that.
And what I'm seeing is an opportunity to build a platform for hip hop, something similar to what the Source did back in the day, where the Source was the Bible of hip hop. The Source provided a space. Yeah. We provided a space where the truth could be told from our perspective, from our culture in an authentic way. I was able to help bring hip hop from that underground place that we were in more into the mainstream, but still keep the authenticity there. And I think over the years, a lot of that has been lost as the media has changed. Obviously, magazines have gone, by the wayside, and now you got all, from the internet to social media to everything that's going on today. So to me, there's a void, there's a need for us to build a platform that can represent the hip hop community across the generations, because one thing they've done is divided us, the younger and the older sides of hip hop. They pitted us against each other with the narratives, this mumble rap isn't real hip hop, and back and forth. But we got way more in common. Even if somebody that's 50 years old don't necessarily like the music that's being made today, hip hop is a culture, it's a mindset, the way we think, the way we feel, the way we experience what's going on in this world. We have so much more in common. So that's why I'm trying to build Breakbeat. We're off to a great start with people like Don't Call Me White Girl, and Phil Bellamy, and Funny Marco, Bubba Dub, and Chris with Trappin' Anonymous. And we're going to take it to a whole nother level now with me and you getting together to build this Collect Calls platform, man. So I think this is going to be, historic and important, man. So I really appreciate you,
Hey, Dave, I'm happy you saying that, because one person or one group is not bigger than hip-hop.
Right.
Or they own hip-hop. Hip-hop is everyone. And we had some incredible times, and we did what we did, late 80s, 90s, early 2000s, right? But you still got people still in the game doing well, and they deserve their cigars, It's just like NBA Youngboy. Man, I like that little young motherfucker. He deserves his cigar. He talks shit about that life. He he marched to his own motherfucking beat.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then when you look at it, I mean, even Drake, he's selling out at his concerts and shit, which is a big plus. But you know, I think the industry is controlled by the baddest bitches in the world. The females got that shit on lock. And when you look at the women, they came such a long way, and they're really, really strong. They're not in the shadows of a man. They leading the way.
Hey, is this nigga in Hollywood?
Cardi B is incredible. That's probably one of the biggest stars in the industry and a great businesswoman that leads the way. Then when you look at it, shit, those cats.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
She's such a big ass star. There's nothing she can't do and be successful with it. And when you talk about the R&B tip, I don't know these people personally, but at the same time, Summer Walker and Lizzo, and the other girl who did the song with Doja Cat, SZA or whatever, right?
SZA, yeah.
Yeah, she bad. These women going out there and they making it happen. And the young ones, man, it's like not knocking our time, but these young motherfuckers is coming in owning what the fuck they want to do. Not only is they owning what the fuck they want to do, they looking like runway models, you know? Shit, back in the day, you see some R&B singers, and there was women or R&B rappers, not knocking them, and don't shoot me, you know what I'm saying? Ball, strike, strike. But we had women in the business that sound cool, you know, sounded good, rapping good, but they was like the home girls, you know. Now the women, they sound good, they look even better, and they ain't like the home girls. Used to be a time where we had people who had couples in the industry, they would keep that on the low, you know what I mean? They didn't want nobody that was fucking with a rapper or they were fucking with an R&B singer. Everything was like, on the hush-hush. These new bitches so motherfucking pretty, the rappers and the singers and the people in the industry, they can't wait to get on social media and say, look who I got. Look who I'm dating. You know, they be stalking their wives and they women and their baby mamas because that's how bad these bitches are. They just don't sound good, they look good. And I ain't on the weirdo shit, you know, I'm content with where I am with my age. I ain't trying to holler at them, nothing like that. I just give them these motherfucking agencies. They the one run the industry.
You know, with this new podcast we're going to launch here called Collect Call, I think it'd be a great platform to bring a lot of these people in to have conversations with you, because I think you have, a lot of knowledge and insight from all your experiences over the years that you can share. And we're gonna find out. We're gonna see who's gonna take that collect call when it comes ringing going forward. But
hell yeah, that's the way to do it, Dave. You know, that's what we must do. Get back. And, and at the same time, he still got a lot of good labels out there doing great shit. Fella's still doing great shit. You know what I mean? He's still out there doing his thing and his artists and stuff. And hey, easy home.
Yes.
Let's celebrate that.
Big.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to
that's a great thing.
You gotta get him on here.
Yeah, that's real big.
That'd be a great conversation.
Man, that's bigger. That's nothing bigger than that. Let that man have his freedom. You know what I mean? And I just think it's a time where it used to be a time I felt that certain things I wouldn't have a conversation about or conversation with certain people because I think they did things so fucked up. But at this time in my life that, like I said before, one person is not hip-hop and one person is not bigger than hip-hop. Even myself. If I can do something to give back to hip-hop to make it grow and be better, that's a big plus. I just think we got to be smart about this and enjoy each other's because we're all getting older. Tomorrow's not promised. And with that being said, let's not try to rewrite history. Let the truth be the truth. I'm not going to say this person wasn't a good rapper or this person wasn't a good businessman because we didn't hang out. If, give them cigar, they deserve their shit, they deserve their shit.
Did she run off on
I just don't want nobody trying to rewrite history. Don't go and say,
I don't like this guy.
They told me extra one of these motherfuckers did an interview on YouTube. I'm going to start coming for those motherfuckers with that bullshit because don't say Michael Harris started Death Row. I had Death Row in the name before I met Dave Carroll.
Harris, identifying himself as original organizer and owner, says his fortune launched Death Row Records.
David Carroll went in and just that motherfucker. But at the same time, I'm not going to lie about the shit. When I started Death Row, I wanted to be Death Row. Like the Death Row prison. With the man in the chair. I was talking to a dude named Unknown Skip had MC8. They was his producers. I wanted to get this group called out of Texas, bad as a motherfucker. 3-2 is Big Mike. Rest in peace, 3-2. So I tell Unknown about Death Row. He said, man, I got Death Row too. So when I went to, Dick Griffey made me and helped me a lot. There was Rogers' attorney is a bad motherfucker. So I said, hey man, I'm doing this Death Row thing. This dude said he got Death Row, but he spelled like Death Jam, but it's Death Row. The mine is spelled like the Death Row, like the real Death Row St. Quentin. They said, yeah, but they similar, so you gotta get his out the way and only keep yours. So I gave Unknown $10,000 to buy his corporation of Death Row. Once I bought it, put it in my name, I got rid of it, and that's used Death Row. My little homie loved me more than missed me every day. His dog is the one drew the man and said Death Row. Rest in peace. So all this other little shit, Mike getting up there saying, oh, he had the name Death Row, that's a motherfucker lie. Snoop, you know the truth, don't be playing these games. That's all I'm gonna say. Secondly, they investigated me for money laundering, racketeering, everything you can think of. Went all through my accounts ever. Nobody never gave me no bread, but at the same time, Mike, you get on these things with extra, whatever they fuck you, so they're gonna get sued for slander in a minute. Start coming for their ass. Aggressively. And say that you gave me some real estate money that you sold, gave me a check. Check. And you know it ain't no check, I know it ain't no check. I'm talking about Michael Harris did the interview, said he gave me a check. Produce a check. And if you can't produce a check, set that bitch ass shit up. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, there's no way to lose my company. They committed fraud against me. If the people committed fraud, they still did an ethical settle. And on top of that, I gave them a settle it. Y'all straight gave my money back. So if I want to be petty and sue, I can. And more importantly, one thing you can't do is commit fraud. If you commit fraud against Pepsi-Cola, motherfucking Warner Brothers or Sony, they'll pay your ass back and have to give you your shit. And because I'm a black man from Compton instead of my shit, you want to overlook it, but I got real lawyers now. So I will get my shit back, 1,000%. Let's not start going and saying somebody had it. We all know nobody bought it, nobody had it. But that's neither here nor there. Stay off the gas. Because if we're going to start, once I put the facts out there, still is bad. And that's like this. I'm not intimidated about nobody. I don't got to try to stop nobody from doing shit. Now, there was a black man got this company who funds money to another black man. They want to do some business with me. They do documentaries and little movies that they're trying to do. They said, well, we can't do it because we talking to Snoop, we talking to Mike, and they cleans up money. So we don't do it do a documentary on Mayweather. We're gonna do a documentary on a few basketball players, but we're not gonna talk with the real Death Row, the only Death Row, or Suge Knight, because we frame stiff. You can be like that. I'm not tripping. I didn't go to you motherfuckers. Y'all mentioned this to me. But at the same time, when you start picking sides, stick to your side. It's easy to be down when they're in a war. Or should I say, you need to be a soldier when they're in a war. The second thing I want to clear up is that he stood up there and said he came to visit me in prison. I just heard this.
I met with Suge Knight and he said, look, what you want for Snoop?
He gave me a couple of bucks, $2 million, which I never would have put no shit like that for Snoop.
What was the number?
It was a couple mil.
I got a whole list of anybody ever visited me. You got to be approved. That nigga name is not on none of it. He didn't give me anything. And the paperwork is what the paperwork says. And I did a deal with Brian Turner at Party Records and loaned Snoop services to Party and gave him the right to loan it to No Limit. For his partner, that's a touchy situation. That's my little brother, love him still today. He never wanted to leave Death Row. He wasn't fucking with you niggas. Warren G, that's stop lying. You didn't fuck with Pac, and Pac didn't fuck with...
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
You didn't write your album. All my artists who signed to my publishing wrote your album. Let's keep this to 1,000. On top of that, you can take care of yourself. How are you going to get Pac out of prison?
I told Rich, I said, you tell Tupac I'm going to bail his ass out.
Oh, wow.
I fell for him. You know, that shit was fucked up.
Yeah.
Got beat to the punch.
Everybody all of a sudden they want to get Pac out of prison. But all these people saying they love Pac, they was going to get him out of prison, they was going to help him, they was going to do all this. Pac got a star. If Kobe get us an award or something or a statue, I guarantee Lakers and everybody else going to come out. So if they really was friends with Pac, and they was Pac homies, why they wasn't there? Because at the end, everybody know the truth. The truth is the truth.
Yeah.
So let's not play these motherfucking games.
Like, sure,
these people ain't never met. I mean, you know, come on. But like I said, we're not going to get into all the details of the bullshit. That can go on forever. I think it'd be good to be able to grow and help each other in this industry. I don't need nothing from nobody. I ain't looking for nothing for someone. But if I can tell you my story and tell you my mistakes, you don't have to make your mistakes. I think everybody
You have 60 seconds remaining.
should be bigger than Death Row or with me and Pac of confidence, because Pac the one took it to the next level.
This is going to be a great way to, you know, document the history of a lot of things, important things in hip hop accurately for once and for all. And also for today's generation to get to know you better, because a lot of people, you know, have a very kind of one-sided perception of who you are. And, you know, me and you've been knowing each other over 30 years, always, you know, work well together. And I always had a tremendous amount of respect for the business side of things that you brought to the table.
Hey, Dave, you my brothers, man. We go back like a motherfucker. We go back like Crocus Act. You know what I mean? Hey, but this thing, man, I also want to give a big shout out to Lil Sweet. That's a bad motherfucker. That's a new motherfucker on the line. Young dude.
Oh, gutter ball. Oh, man. It just ain't gonna spin. Okay, you're getting better. I don't like this damn game. I'm deleting it.